All right, here we are. All right, and we're live. Welcome those of you that are watching on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. This is session 1 of Vecna, Eve of Ruin, and I'm joined by 5 amazing players, and we're excited to see see how quickly I can kill off their characters and have them roll up new ones. We did our session 0 last week and just sort of a little bit of introductory stuff. So we're ready to actually start the adventure proper this week, just to kind of refresh everyone's memories. When last we met, well, we flashed forward a bit to a dragon fight. We'll come back around to that. It was a what do you call it? Is a flash forward, right? It's not a flashback. It's a flash forward. We'll come back to that eventually. But for now, we ended the session with an audience with Daggelt Neverember, the Lord of Waterdeep, the Lord of Neverwinter, the former Open Lord of Waterdeep, exiled these 3 or 4 years ago for embezzling 500,000 gold dragons from that city. Fled to Neverwinter and claiming lineage from the city's original aristocracy, set himself up as the Lord of Neverwinter. And he's summoned you. Some of you summoned because of your reputation as adventurers. One of you brought in because of your reputation for burning down a tavern. Maybe not so much reputation, your activity of burning down a tavern. And he invited you to assist the city with an important quest. And so we're going to kind of back up just a little bit, pick up on that. Before we do, anybody have any housekeeping, anything that we need to cover that's not directly session related, anything on your character sheets that the import still has messed up that you want to look at before we jump in? All right. So as we go through, and Dave, glad you could make it. Glad you were able to work it out.
Thank you.
Yep. Nope. Great. Oh, by the way, I was talking with, I don't remember the characters' names from the Waterdeep game that you played in so long ago, but Ryan and Corey, and we were just reminiscing about Mark, the Tabaxi Rogue. That was you, right?
Oh no, that was not me. No, I think I was half elf trickery cleric.
Oh, okay.
Drow would be exact.
Dadgum, who was the Tabaxi Rogue? I don't know who that was.
I do remember. Yeah, I can't remember who that was.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I just logged in. Sorry for the technical issue. Straight off the bat. It seems to be asking me to create a character from scratch.
It'll take a minute. Nope, it'll take a minute for the character selection box to populate. If it's not, you'll need to go over on the right-hand side of Fantasy Grounds. The drop-down menu's over there. Go down. You have tool, library. You got it. All right.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it can take 4 or 5 minutes sometimes. All right. I'm going to kick off some background music here, and I think we worked through last week how to adjust the sound on that in Discord. So if you need more assistance with that, if it's too loud, just holler. All right, so are we going? I don't hear it. There it is. You find yourselves in an audience with Daggelt Neverember, the Lord of Neverwinter. Neverember has summoned you because of your reputations, good or bad, reputations as adventurers, or maybe reputations as those who burn down taverns. He looks across you and he says, in the heart of Waterdeep, there once stood an ancient library, its shelves brimming with tomes of forgotten lore and forbidden knowledge. It was said that within those walls lay a book, bound in shadow and written in the ink of twilight. This book, known only to a select few, was the keeper of secrets, tales that could turn the tide of empires and unlock the mysteries of the multiverse. Neverember leans in and his voice drops to a whisper, as if the very walls might be listening. One evening, under the cloak of darkness, a figure cloaked in midnight blue slipped through the library's defenses. They were, as you could imagine after the book, not for wealth or power, but for the pure thrill of the chase, the ecstasy of the hunt. He leans back, a sly smile playing upon his lips. Now, you might wonder what became of the book. Some say it vanished, spirited away to another realm. Others believe it remains hidden within the city, waiting for the next daring soul to uncover its secrets. He sort of turns his gaze to each of you one at a time, sort of waiting for just at least a slight nod of understanding. And then he concludes.
So you're saying that we're also looking for the book, or?
He says, no. Just a story, something to keep in mind as you pursue your careers as great adventurers. He says, no. Sadly, right now, you're looking for 4 prominent citizens of our fair city have been kidnapped in the past several days. We've traced their locations to the Neverdeath graveyard, the necropolis of the city. May I count on you to rescue them?
Zymoth asks, how do you know they were kidnapped? Couldn't they just be out for a stroll, breathing the fresh air?
An excellent question. In each case, they were visibly taken by robed and hooded figures in the dead of night. Their guards and friends unable to prevent it.
My lord
Yeah.
Neverember.
Go ahead.
My lord Neverember. Was there any sort of connection between these 4 individuals? Who were they?
Thought you might want to know. It's probably beneficial to know who you're looking for, wouldn't it be? That can't be a secret, can it? He says, first is Eldon Keyward, known as the Sage of Celestial Secrets, a man whose mind is a labyrinth as vast and complex as the outer planes that he studies. To converse with him is to embark on an odyssey through the astral threads that weave the very fabric of our reality. He's the kind of scholar who doesn't just read history, he interprets the whispers of the cosmos. His disappearance is a great loss, as you can imagine. He then shifts his gaze, as if picturing a grand stage. Indrina Lamson Settle. Indrina Lamson Settle. He doesn't stutter, that's just me. Indrina Lamson Settle, the darling of Neverwinter's elite. Her performances are not mere acts, but transcendent experiences that redefine the art of storytelling. She moves through high society with the grace of a summer breeze, leaving a trail of admirers in her wake. To watch her is to witness a star burning its brightest. Then there's Umberto Noblin, the gnome historian. He pens epics on the divine, his tomes a window into the god's grandeur. His writings weave the mortal with the celestial, capturing the essence of deities, in words that resonate with the soul. And then finally, with a hint of caution, laced with respect, he continues. And Sarcel Melanosh, the enigmatic weaver of wild magic, a sorcerer whose very presence is a dance with the arcane unpredictable. She delves into mysteries that would make lesser minds tremble, her power as untamed and beautiful as a storm in the sea of swords. To know her is to understand the magic is not just a tool, it's a living, breathing entity.
Lord Never Ember. And Vale step forward. Have these people received any threats prior to their disappearance that you might know of?
None. They are nearly universally beloved. No enemies to speak of. Really assets, darlings of the city, if you were. Each one a legend in their own right, a story, a mystery of their own.
And you mentioned they were taken by robed figures?
Yes, indeed. The accounts vary as to the coloration of the robes, but robed and cloaked figures, humanoid, as near as anyone could tell. And the trails end, of course, at Neverdeath. As you know, our necropolis in our city has been long to recover from the eruption of Mount Hotnow, these some odd 40-odd years ago. And part of what I've been able to do since I've been installed as Lord of Neverwinter is to, at the very least, seal it off from the city and make the citizens safe. But venturing in is a task suited only for heroes. He looks at, I'm still learning the names. It was, that was in the tavern, that was Zymoth that burned down the tavern. Am I right? Or was it Lucas? Who burned down the tavern?
That was definitely Zymoth. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks over at Zymoth. He says, hero, worthy of heroes, or those who are hero adjacent.
So, when he speaks, when he says outer planes and then again celestial, those who are closer to Lucas would see the figures on his staff kind of move a little bit. After Vey is finished speaking, Lucas steps forwards a little bit and he grabs his staff. And he doesn't remove it from his back, but he just grabs onto it and he says something very quietly in Celestial, and the Lord Neverember can feel kind of this warmth upon him. And Lucas says, "My lord, I will be glad to find these people for you."
Excellent. And what say the rest of you?
Vale step forward after he witnesses
Lucas?
what Lucas has just said, and he'll step forward and he'll touch his hand to the holy symbol around his neck, which happens to be in the shape of a raven. Lord Neverember, I hold no love for the undead. You have my blade if I can assist in any way. He'll give a slight bow and he'll step backwards.
I'd hoped as much. Your reputation as a devout servant of the Raven Queen precedes you. And the rest, what of you?
Harry's taking notes in a little notebook that he has of everything he's saying, and he'd be asking about how the people look and how to recognize them in case they meet in the dark. And he would say, "Oh, Lord Neverember, I want to thank you for providing me with such a handful of sidekicks for this case. You see, you will not be disappointed. But one little question before we go. Is there any kind of relationship between the disappearing.
He says that my assistants will provide you with detailed physical descriptions, but in terms of connection, other than, again, they are all beloved of the city, they are all prominent citizens. None, of course, that I mentioned are among the lower classes. They all would be fairly well known among the city.
That's interesting and notable. Did any of them got into any kind of trouble before disappearing? Or
Well, not specifically. Sarcelle, of course, as a wild magic sorcerer, may have from time to time encountered an explosion or two, but nobody has been harmed, anything to my knowledge. Not everybody likes Indrina's performances. The arts are an acquired taste. There are some that say that Umberto's histories are biased, that they paint things in a certain light. And as far as keyword, why, a student of the plains, a scholar, he can be a bit bookish, a bit off-putting, as very intelligent folk often are. But nothing that I can imagine would engender this kind of a response.
understood. I have no further questions at the moment.
And the rest?
Caesar steps forward with a slight bow and says, Lord Neverember, I shall undertake this quest for you. To lose such individuals of period would be a great blow to your city, and I believe there are those among them with information that people greatly desire.
He nods. Thank you.
Zymoth says, this Alden K-Ward, you said, he knows a lot of stuffs about the astral.
Indeed, all of the planes and the astral sea that connects them.
Well, it is rare to find a Who-man. Is he a Who-man or an Alf or one of...
He is a man, but one that has had an unusually long life. I believe he spent decades sailing on a, what are they called, spelljamming ship in the astral.
Well, I hope I didn't raid one of his then. It's rare to find Who-mans who show such an interest in the planes beyond. It would be a pity to lose one such as him. You will have my bow.
Indeed. Well, it's settled then. I'll leave the details to my associates here. I have other business to attend to. They'll walk you out. Also out of character here real quick, guys. I know we talked about with the stream, you guys are absolutely, there's no danger of you being on camera. I know we talked about none of you guys not being on camera on the stream. The stream goes directly to my webcam, does not run through Discord. So feel free, if you wish, to look at each other's faces. There's no tech that will put you in front of our audience. All right. So with a final nod, Neverember turns away, his cloak billowing behind him as he retreats into the shadows, leaving you with a tale woven of danger and duty. His assistants walk you out. They give you physical descriptions of each of the missing prominent citizens. Do you want to do anything in town before you head to Neverdeath?
Lucas will, he'll look around to this quite interesting group of people. Can he get a read on who in the group might be, other than himself, maybe like the frailest
Well, and
or
that's
the
that.
weakest.
Yeah, so that's a good time. Feel free to converse amongst yourselves in character. You're maybe know of each other at the very least by reputation. Maybe you've met briefly in a tavern or something. There aren't that many adventurers of your power and stature in the city. But feel free to start having some of those conversations. It would be perfectly normal and not metagaming at all to have some discussions about here are the kinds of things that I'm good at, and I need protected, and I'm good against undead and fiends or whatever. So feel free.
Hello. I don't believe I've met any of you before. I am Lucas Sandalani. I have been here for about 10 years or so. I primarily have been in service of various clergymen providing aid. Before entering this place, or really going anywhere, I like to put a ward on myself against death, and can also do so upon another. So I was wondering who might perhaps need it the most.
I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Harry is very thin, and we have like a little bit of cough from time to time because we'll be constantly smoking cigarettes that is someone with prestidigitation. So it's kind of sickly.
Summoning them magically, I think, as we discussed. Yes,
Yes.
magically summoning some sort of tobacco.
He has 53 hit points, so it's kind of squishy. Uh, and he would say like, I would really appreciate not dying today. So nobody else wants it. I would take it.
Yes, Faye, I'll take a step forward and introduce himself to all of you. Um, it's a pleasure to meet all of you here today. I've seen some of you around the city, I suppose. My name is Vey. I'm recently here from the Shadowfell on the service of my queen. I see that we all seem to have various places of origin, I must say. And it is a pleasure to meet and make all of your acquaintances. And his hand will go to his blade, and he'll say, in combat, I prefer to fight close in if I can. I use both magic and sword. My powers come from my queen. And although I'm probably not as strong as a fighter as Zymoth over here or Dagalt, I can usually hold my own in battle. I pledge my blade to all of you, and he'll do a slight bow.
Dagger here will kind of nod, accepting the bow. Say, "Hello, I am Dagger here and Kalanan, the Lord of the Green Hill and the Feywild. If you need a stout blade and stout armor between you and your enemy, I'm here for you. And I also have ways to get you out of trouble in a pinch. I can, and he will kind of um, explain his phase step ability. So because I'm a spring ladron, I have the phase step ability, and uh, and and it basically works pretty much identically to Misty Step, except I can use it to teleport other people as well. So if anybody needs me to teleport in danger or if they get to a place, let him know, and he will be able to make that.
And if I remember right, Phase Step doesn't have the restriction that Misty Step does in that it's not casting a spell. I think it's an ability. Is that?
That is correct.
Yeah. Which is opens up all sorts of options and prevents it from being counterspelled.
Yeah, that's great.
Lucas will he'll look over to Hardy and he'll say, "Step forward, please."
He step forward.
He'll grab his staff and you'll see the three figures start to glow and move, and their wings will start flapping. And he will go up to you, and he'll place his hand on you, and you'll hear him say Theondo, and then a bunch of celestial words, and he will twin spell Death Ward on you and himself.
All right. And do you know how to do that inside Fantasy Grounds?
We're gonna assume no.
All right.
But
So
I have the spell open, and
Yep.
I have my cursor over the star, so
All right.
I think I'm getting there.
close. So what I want you to do, you can open up, you can find your characters on the map that they're currently on. In the upper left corner of your character sheet, just to the left of your name, there's a little, kind of looks like a Google Maps pin. And if you hover over it, it says Find on Map. And if you hit that, it will open up our flash forward from last week. And so to cast a spell on somebody, you're going to control click on whoever the targets are. That's your first step. And you'll know that they're targeted because if you hover over your token at that point, there'll be a line from you to each of them, and you can also look at it in the combat tracker if you wanted to, which you do. You've now got yourself and Hari. So then you're going to, on your actions, you got the spell thing open, you said. So on your actions tab, you push the circle with the star in it to the left of, actually, is Death Ward a spell? It is a spell, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So you're going to push the circle with the star to the left of the spell. And do you have to upcast it to do it on two people, or does fourth level do two people?
No, I'm twinning it.
Oh,
So I'm
twinning. You said
touching
that.
him and,
Yep,
yeah,
you
I'm
said that.
touching him and myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead then and push the cast spell button, and then immediately you'll push the resolve spell button as well. And that should, yep. And you guys can see in the text chat inside Fantasy Grounds, you'll see it says Death Ward to Lucas and Death Ward to Hari. And we can get rid of the word manual because I think we did that because we had to, Lucas wouldn't import. So we'll get rid of the last name manual for them. And it's just Lucas now, but.
And as that happens, you'll see this little fairy-like creature kind of come off of the staff, and he'll swarm both of us, and this like shimmering light will kind of come over both of them and then dissipate.
All right. So Vey, you had a question on the top of your character sheet. To the where your name is, right above it is the box that says name. Do you see that?
I see the box that says my name. I see the name. I see it says name and then INSP is next to it. Is that what you're referring to?
To the left, yes, just to the left of the box that says name. There's like a little, like a Google Maps pin. Like if you hover over it, it's right between between the name and the token.
Oh, there it is. I clicked it. Thank
all
you.
right. Yeah, no worries. Just in time for us to switch maps shortly. But yeah, so. All right, any other preparations you want to do? Anything anybody wants to purchase in town? Anything else?
When seeing the celestial display in front of him, Zymoth says in Celestial, "Well, ain't that something special?" to Lucas.
Well, it is nice to know someone who speaks my native language. Yes, my magic is well, from another realm. But we can get into that perhaps later.
Here's to me not needing it, huh? And Zymoth winks and he says, "Introduce myself. My name is Zymoth." He says in common this time. "I'm good at shooting things, talking to things, sneaking around, and shooting things while talking to things, and shooting things while sneaking around. Nice to meet y'all."
Vale give
Well
a
met.
quick nod. And sometime soon, Zymoth, I'm just dying to hear about that tavern.
What tavern?
What
I
the-
suppose what they've been accusing you of.
I'm sure I know nothing about that.
And
course.
oddly, for a moment you believe him, and then you just remember the events of the last, hour or so, and
Vale just snicker.
Perhaps our friend's memory might be a bit. But however, before we head to those crypts, I was wondering if anyone might wish to purchase potions or anything of the sort.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Now that might be a good idea, Dagger here.
all right.
Yeah,
I'm getting thirsty myself.
that sounds like a good idea. I do a fair amount of healing, but I have other spells that are more useful. So I think always having some potions and whatnot is a good idea.
All right. You'll see in the Discord, in our regular channel that we talk in during the week, not the video chat text, but in our regular channel, I just posted the link to Dungeon Sports Coliseum magic item pricings. If there's anything that you need to purchase, currently in the city of Neverwinter, pretty much everything common and uncommon are available. Anything more than that, you would need to check with me. I can give you the prices on potions of healing, because that's what you're most interested in, it sounds like. And they are as follows. Regular potion of healing are 50 gold. Greater are 150. Superior are 450. And supreme are 1,350. And I will actually, I'm going to screenshot that and just put it in the Discord as well, because why not?
Quick question: while we're in Neverwinter, are we limited to, well, let's say Dagger here wanted us to go get potions and we tag along? Are we limited to purchasing exclusively potions, or can we take a look at that directory and say, "Hey, I want to buy X," as long as I have to go for it?
Anything that you have still from your starting gold equipment allowance that I provided to you guys before the campaign started that you'd like to spend, and if it's on that list, if it's common or uncommon, it's readily available. If it's rare or rarer, let me know what it is, and I will make a roll to see if you can find one in Neverwinter. So long answer, not just
I would like
potions.
some spell scrolls.
Absolutely. Let me, I can pull those up too. Those are easy. Scrolls, depending on the level, have a variable cost. First level scrolls are 60, all the way up to like 7th level scrolls are 2,560. So what spells are you looking for?
Speak with Dead, Dispel Magic, Hypnotic Pattern, and Detect Thoughts.
All right. So Speak with Dead. What level is that? That is 3rd. And so spells through 3rd level are readily available. I forget what they are considered rarity wise, but up through 3rd level are readily available. And so 3rd level spells on the pricing list are 200 apiece. And so there was Speak with Dead. Dispel Magic is also 3rd level. What else? What else did you got? Did you want?
Hypnotic Pattern is also 3rd level, but
Okay.
detect thoughts is 2nd.
All right. Yeah. So all of those would be readily available. The 2nd level spells would be 120.
Okay, take it.
All right. All right. So good opportunity to learn the interface a little bit. I'm going to share my screen with you all in Discord for a minute, so you can feel free to reference it if you're not following along with what I'm describing. So to get items, actually, I'm going to hide that. To get items into your character sheet, you're going to open up your character sheet, and then you've got all those tabs down across the right-hand side. The 4th tab down is going to be inventory. And so you'll open up inventory, and then you're going to go in the very upper right-hand corner of Fantasy Grounds, the far upper right, by where you would click to close if you were going to close. Under the tool menu, you've got several icons. The second one of those icons looks like the silhouette of 3 people. If you hover over, it says Party Sheet. You push that, and then you'll go, I need to get you guys into the Party Sheet. Doot. Then you'll click on the Inventory tab, and I will put the items that you're purchasing in the Inventory tab. So first is a scroll of Detect Magic. I remember that one. And
Detect thoughts.
yeah.
Detect thoughts.
Yep. And then there was Speak with Dead.
And Dispel Magic, not Detect Magic, of course.
I put Detect, you're right. Dispel Magic. And then what were the other 2? So sorry.
Hypnotic Pattern. That's it.
Okay. All right. So to get those, let me run through this real quick, and then I'll answer questions for sure. So to get those, Hari would open up their character sheet, go to the Inventory tab, and then once you have your Inventory tab open, you're going to, from the Party Sheet, on the far right of the item, so I'm going to do it with Scroll of Detect Thoughts, there's a little square with a red square with a white dragon in it. You click and hold on that, and then you can drag all the way over into your character sheet and release, and it will drop it into your character sheet. All right, who else wanted to buy anything?
That's 600, 720 minus gold from me.
To do that, on your Inventory tab, up at the top, toward the top right-hand side of your Inventory tab, you have 3 buttons. The first one looks like a hand dropping a coin. And if you hover over, it says Spend Currency. If you push that, and then you'll just put the amount that you're spending. You won't see a cursor. Fantasy Grounds recently hired Adam Bradford, the genius behind D&D Beyond. And my hope is, I love Fantasy Grounds. It's very powerful, has lots of automation, but there are some awkward interface things. Like sometimes you don't get a cursor. And if anybody can fix it, Adam can, I think. So I'm excited to see the interface become a little smoother, hopefully over time. And if you folks from Spiteworks are watching, I love you. I will never switch to another virtual tabletop, but please make it prettier. All right, who else wants to purchase something?
I was wondering about like a +1 shield, how much that might be, if you have it.
Yep, shield +1s are 1,500.
All right. And you don't have to attune that, I assume.
+1 shield does not require attunement.
Oh, okay, I can buy that. I'll buy that.
All right.
If I have, let me make sure I have the money.
And if your gold didn't come over from D&D Beyond, it's sometimes it doesn't come through on the import. D&D Beyond will be correct based on what I gave you guys for starting equipment. So it's possible that it wouldn't show it in Fantasy Grounds, but whatever you have in D&D Beyond is correct. So, let's see.
Oh yeah, I don't think mine's there.
Yep. I'm
Wow.
getting the character up here. Just a moment.
I thought I had like 1900 or something.
I will be there in a moment.
No worries.
Monday. Da, 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 da. All right. And inventory, gold, 1903. So let's do that. Let me put that in to start with. Actually, what
Then
I'll
I'm
do
gonna-
is you're going to spend that 1500. I'll just put 403 in, save you the
Okay.
hassle of having to spend it.
And then I think I have it. I'm gonna grab the thing and drop it in my inventory.
Yep. Now, sometimes when you grab it, you have to kind of give a 1 count to. Oh, you got it. All right, cool.
I think I got it.
Yep.
And can I just delete the old one? I mean, I'm sure no one's gonna want to buy it unless anyone in the party needs a shield. I have a mundane
Anybody
one.
need a mundane shield? You can just right click on it and then you'll get a radial menu. One of the options will be a trash can. That'll let you delete it.
Hold
So I
on.
figured trading in things is less of an option.
You can. I mean, because you haven't actually adventured yet, I'm okay with trading it in for whatever you paid for it. We'll suggest that it was your starting equipment, right? That you didn't want to. I mean, I guess if you
Yeah,
have
I
something from your starting equipment kit, that's fine too. You can sell it at. I'm not worried about later on when you're selling items. There'll be rolls involved to see what kind of value you get and that sort of thing. But in terms of your starting equipment, what you guys started with, I'm not worried about it.
All right, I think I deleted it and I equipped it. Thank you.
Yep. All
Oh,
right.
and then you mentioned potions. We can buy a couple.
If you want, regular are 50, greater are 150. These are healing, of course. Superior are 450, and supreme are 1,350.
I'll take a greater.
All right.
And I just
I'm going to drop, and actually I'm going to put 99 greater potions of healing in there because I'm assuming that more than one of you will want to buy.
Right.
Obviously, the party doesn't have 99 greater potions of healing.
And then if I deduct the money, how do I do that again in this?
Yep. On your inventory tab up to the top, you have like 3 brown buttons with pictures inside of them. The first one is a hand with almost looks like a basketball. It's dropping a coin. You open that up, you'll get a box that says spend currency.
Got it.
And then
Okay.
you click on the box to the left of the gold and you won't see a cursor. You just click on the box and you just start typing the number and it will fill in.
Where the 0 is on the gold.
Yep.
It's 150, you said. Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then hit the purchase button and you're good. All right, who else?
Doug here's going to go ahead and purchase 2 of the potions of greater healing.
Okay, go for it.
For future reference, if I'm I see that there's separate tabs for the enchantment as well as for the material of the armor. So what I was thinking is getting I'd need to do some trade-ins in order to do it, but I'd need to get I'd want to get a mithril half plate and then at some point enchant it to be +1. So would I be paying for the mithril, then for the half plate, then for the enchantment?
So yeah, so for it'll depend on where you are and such, but generally speaking, the formula I use is this: if you want to take something, usually it's a weapon or armor, and you want to combine various in bonuses or ability enchantments, it's the cost of each plus the cost of the mundane item itself, plus half over again of the lower of the 2 enhancements. So, in other words, if you have a +1 sword and you want to add, I don't know, flame tongue to it, let's say, we'd look at the cost of the +1, look at the cost of the flame tongue, add them together, and then add on another half of the cost of the +1, if that makes sense. If not, that's okay. It'll make sense eventually. When it's time to do it, I'll go over it again. But that's the general formula.
Oh, it absolutely does. Thanks. So in that case, if I'd be looking for mithril half plate, that'd be 800 for the mithril plus 750 for the half plate.
Yep.
Plus another 400. Gotcha. So in that case, I think I'm just gonna save up.
Well, with the mithril half plate, so half plate isn't magical. So you're paying for the half plate and then you're paying for the mithril, according to Dungeon Sports. What I'm saying is if you want mithril half plate plus 1.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so
So in that
mithril
case-
half plate is just the cost of the mithril and the cost of the mundane armor.
Oh, gotcha. Thanks. So in that case, I'd be looking to trade in my breastplate,
Okay.
as well as if it'd be, well, I'd be 100 short unless I could trade in some consumables as well, maybe sell those that I got from starting gear, or would that be?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. You're 100 gold either way at 10th level. I'm not terribly concerned about. If you want to
thanks.
sell starting equipment off, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. No, thanks. So in that case, I would sell 5 flasks, excuse me, of Alchemist's Fire for 250, as well as a breastplate for 400, so a total of 650.
Okay.
And then I'd want to pay 1,550 for the mithril breastplate.
Yep. Oh, breastplate or half plate? You said, I thought.
Sorry, half plate. Yeah. My bad.
Okay, good, because that's what I put in the party sheet, so it's there when you're ready.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
And
All right,
I'll
who
delete
else?
the items that I pawned off.
Yep, sounds good. Who else?
I have a silly question. I equipped my +1 shield and my AC actually went down. I don't know how that happened.
That's
Did
all
I
right.
did I not do something? It used to be 19.
Let's see. Shield 3. Doot.
I thought I equipped
Half
it.
plates gives you 15. I wonder if it accidentally. Well, let's see what it says in D&D Beyond, because D&D Beyond said 19. Let's look and make sure everything's coming
I
from.
didn't add it to my D&D Beyond though yet.
Oh no, that's right. I'm just looking to see what is different.
Yeah.
Because the because you do get 2 dex bonus on half plate. Okay, that's what it is. It killed your dex bonus. There we go.
Oh.
That should fix it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right.
So-
Anything else?
Would I purchase it actively, because I'm not sure where to do that on the UI, or is it in my inventory?
Oh, it's in the party sheet. So open up your inventory, open up the party sheet. Drag, then the party sheet's under the tool menu. It's the second icon, the silhouettes.
1 sec. I am looking for it.
Very upper right hand corner.
Oh, party sheet. Yep, found it. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. And you're going to drag the red box with the white dragon. Sometimes you have to click and hold on that box for a minute for it to grab it. And you'll just drag it into your inventory tab on your character sheet. And then once it's there, there's a little button to equip it. If any of you just got that pop-up error message, there is a command you can put in Fantasy Grounds to get rid of that. You have to do it every session. It is /console space skip, which I'm going to type in quotes in the Fantasy Grounds chat so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to type it myself, so it'll go if anybody needs that. All right. What else? All right. I'm going to stop sharing my screen then. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I startled myself there. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to holler. Okay. So the attendants that are with Lord Neverember, priests of Ogma, they provide an overview of Neverdeath Graveyard for you. They tell you that Neverdeath essentially is 2 separate but connected cemeteries. There's the main graveyard, which holds a number of mausoleums, many with expansive underground chambers, and then the Pauper's Graveyard, which has numerous simple headstones, but just a few civic-minded citizens funded some communal catacombs when the graveyard was first built. They will further tell you that the trail, they believe, ended in the Halleck's Mausoleum. And as a reminder from last week, Lord Neverember did promise you each a fine house in Neverwinter, should you
Sweet.
recover the 4 missing townspeople and bring the kidnappers to justice. All right, so we headed to Neverdeath.
Yeah, after the shopping, I will speak up. I have totally forgotten to introduce myself. I apologize. My name is Ariendo da Silva. I'm a private investigator. And you see, this is going to be an easy job. If rich people like to attend themselves and they get paid afterwards. It's no big deal. For the drama, it's going to be fine.
Right on. And a private investigator is exactly what you need right now. Good deal. All right. Anybody, and you know what? Since we didn't do it on stream last week, let's do the physical character. We did it last week to everybody, but let's one more time, and it'll help each other imagine how we look. As you know, of course, you guys are a premium campaign, which means after 4 weeks, I'm going to commission an artist to create a picture, a portrait of each of you, artwork that we'll use in Fantasy Grounds. So for now, you've got placeholder artwork in place. So let's do the physical description thing if we can. Humor me for the folks that are watching on the stream. And let's start with we'll just go down the list inside Discord. Zymoth. What's Zymoth look? Just physical descriptions, what we need.
So physical description, he is 6'11", so very tall, very, very lanky. And yeah, he is not strong whatsoever. His arms are almost stick thin. Same goes for his legs. He's extremely lanky. He has a bow that is almost half his height, made of a polished silvery material. And y'all now see that he has brand new spanking blue, silver, glimmering armor. And yeah, he has a brown mohawk, green-brown skin, and sharp orange eyes that look vaguely reptilian.
All right. Next is Hari.
Well, Hardy's like a regular size elf, like 5'7", I would say. He's very thin and pale. You can see him smoking from time to time, and he usually has Timmy, the green owl, on his shoulder. You look at him, you can see that he's wearing a headband. Because he's got a headband of intellect. He's wearing a big heavy cloak, dark, got a bag full of books and scrolls. He's got a rapier, I mean, that's got a little bit of light. And he's wearing a big shawl, like kind of red, magenta. He ties his hair up, it's dark and long.
All right. Dagger here. What's Dagger here look like?
Dagger here is he has elven features. He's about 5'10", which is reasonably tall for an elf. He's an Eladrin, however, instead of the kind of greenish skin and hair, he has more kind of a chestnut colored hair that is kind of held back in kind of these elaborate braids with these kind of spring flowers woven in. And he has kind of scrolling vine-like green markings kind of around his eyelids, along the jawline, kind of reminiscent of eyeliner, makeup stuff. He has a kind of like a lean build, more like kind of a Olympic swimmer than say like big muscular bodybuilder type person. And he is wearing green lacquered armor with a cape that's made almost like moss with more of those spring flowers going down. And he has an amulet around his neck of a flowering tree.
All right. And
And he also
Lucas.
carries a great
Oh.
sword. My bad.
Right on.
What was
No,
that?
you're good. You're good. Great sword. And what else? Missed the last of it.
That glows slightly with moonlight.
Right on. Magic greatsword. Very good. Lucas. You are muted, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we got you.
Lucas is a elven-looking person who's about 5'11". He has short blonde hair. Unlike my placeholder art, which I know is a human with wings, he does not have wings, and he looks like an elf. His skin is very kind of medium toned, but kind of glistens with this like rainbow kind of light. He has a staff on his back that looks like a very old tree branch that has three little fairy-like looking figures on them. And as described earlier, they occasionally move or come off of his staff when he's casting spells. He's wearing very simple moonlight-colored robes with this kind of deep purplish black, like twilight kind of trim on it. And then he has an amulet on his neck that has a symbol of Sehenin on it.
All right. And last but not least, Faye.
Okay, so Vey is a Shatterkai elf. He's kind of handsome looking. He's got dusky gray skin tone. His eyes are like blue, icy blue. He wears his hair loose. It's long. It falls below his shoulders. You notice from behind his right ear comes a single braid that kind of falls in front of his shoulders. At the end, it's tied off in a string, but the string has a one single black raven feather attached to the end of it. Of particular note, when you look at him, you notice that he has manacles on each of his wrists. Though they're no longer chained together, each manacle has like 3 or 4 chains that look like they've been severed, but they dangle from the ends of each of the manacles. He is about 5'9". He's of athletic build, not like super muscular, just of athletic build. He has, several scars from his manacles, from his wrists, and on his arms. You notice that other than the scars that are on his arms and wrists and so forth, he doesn't have any other marring features on his face or anything like that. He wears darkened half-plate armor, and you notice that on the chest piece, embossed in it is the symbol of a raven. He has a small necklace in the shape of a raven dangling from his neck. He carries in his scabbard, it's a beautiful looking, deadly looking scimitar. It's wreathed in both shadow and flame, and it also hangs loosely at his right hip. You notice that he is left-handed, and his shield that he has usually strapped on his back has several raven feathers just kind of coming off of it. And that's Faye.
All right. So Neverwinter. Let's give you sort of the big picture here for a moment. Give you an idea of some of the context of what you got going on here. So Neverwinter, the Jewel of the North. And I dropped some info in the Discord earlier this week. I think some flavor stuff about Neverwinter, but it's a city that's recovering after a great disaster 40 years ago. And you were summoned to Castle Never, which is sort of right there. And you're going to be traveling through the Protector's Enclave, which is the area of the city that it's the most rebuilt after the eruption of Mount Hotenow. And then Never Death is these right here, these sort of two areas. The one on the left, number 6, it's labeled, I think. That is going to be the paupers, and then the other side is Never Death proper, where you'll find the mausoleum that you're headed to. And then, just because I have it and I haven't showed it yet, the 4 individuals you're looking for, pictures of them there being escorted away by a robed figure.
Perfect.
All right, close all your images, because when I share this next map, which I may have already done, you may already have up, but if not, close all your other images, and I'm going to share the map again, so it's going to pop up for you. And then when the map pops up, the very first thing I want you to do, in the upper right-hand corner of the map, next to the X that would close it, there's an arrow that goes up and down. I want you to push that once. That'll put it sort of behind everything else that you've got open. And then if you push it again, it'll put it behind everything else and full screen. So once you have it like that, you can open up your character sheet on top of the map. You can move your character sheet around. To control the map, you can use your mouse button to scroll in and out, to zoom in and out. You can pan the map if you center mouse click the mouse wheel, push it and drag. You can also use your WASD or arrow keys to move left, right, up, down, all of that. And as time goes on, you'll get used to manipulating the map. But in the meantime, please ask away all of the questions that you might have. And all right, so you enter Never Death, and it's as advertised. Pretty much from the moment you step in, you're not overwhelmed or rushed by, but there are absolutely undead, zombies and skeletons mostly. And given your stature as quite experienced characters, we're going to forego rolling some attack rolls on, CR1 and lower's undead. But suffice it to say, you come across a number of them on your way to the mausoleum. And hold please, I've done something with my text and don't know where it is. There it goes. Okay, no.
I've got a question
Yeah.
for Simon. Have we met the dragon already, or?
No, that's later on. That's probably just about the time you're going to level to next level is when you'll fight that dragon. That was
No, Simon's dragon. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Your Drake is, yes. Let's meet that Drake. Rastil.
Still.
So, I assume at some point on the trek to the graveyard, Zymoth mutters, "Oh, where's that darn thing?" Just snaps his fingers. And then I think it can fly at this point. Let me check. I don't think it can fly at this point. I think it can fly later on.
I know you can't ride him while he's flying yet, but that's soonish. I want to say he can fly. I know he's medium by this level.
Oh, right. So in that case, I'm not sure if it can fly or not. I'm seeing speed 40 feet.
Here, let me open up. We're going to look under the Drake Ward.
I'm seeing here the Drake grows to medium size.
Yep.
Reflecting your special bond, you can use the Drake as a mount. If your size is medium or smaller, while you're riding it, it can't use the flying speed of this feature. So I guess it does have flying speed built in.
Yep.
Cool, thanks. So yeah, as soon as Zymoth snaps his fingers, you hear a screech, and maybe if you'll allow a couple screams as well, just from the background. And then you see flapping at medium, so it's not large, it's not anything too gigantic. I'd say it's the size of like a large dog. Just flapping over the rooftop, you see a draconic, not per se looking like a dragon, but a drake, so like a smaller version of that, It has rusty red scales and very sharp fangs and talons. See smoke coming out of its nostrils, and its eyes are the same exact shade of orange as Zymoth himself.
All right, very good. Thank you, Hari, for noticing the drake. All right.
Good.
Thanks.
All right, you arrive at the Halleck's mausoleum without any trouble. This is where the trail supposedly went cold. You see before you large double doors. There are some open graves nearby, some sarcophagi that have long been emptied of their inhabitants. So, who wants to go in? And feel free to arrange yourselves in whatever order you'd want to be.
If I may, I am not the most armored, but perhaps having the weaker one in the back may not be good. I can perhaps stay within the middle if that is good.
All right.
Fear not. I shall go ahead and go first.
There's
And
nothing to
then,
worry about, to be honest, but if you want to.
Yeah. So Dagger's going to go ahead and go up to. I'm assuming there's doors, and I'm going to try to open them.
Yep. Well, so what you see, you're able to do that without any trouble. The towering stone mausoleums cluster sort of near the wall that separates the main graveyard from the paupers. And the squat, unassuming block of granite, basically. You step inside and go maybe halfway into that room, no further for now. The well-oiled door opens noiselessly. And then do try to keep your tokens into a square. I know, obviously, in the real world, we don't exactly stand exactly 5 feet apart, but for the D&D game, we kind of do too. So against the walls on either side rest 6 stone coffins, 3 on each side. There's a stone slab engraved with a name, birth year, and death year that covers each. The members of this family, the Halleck's family, died these 44 years ago after Mount Hottenau erupted. The coffins are broken and opened, empty except for scraps of cloth and bone. What do you do? And there's some stairs going downward into another area that you don't quite see through yet, even if you can see it on the map.
I have been in some mausoleum before, and they have creaky doors. Things weird is one. Yes. And where the culture of these people. Maybe we have to be more careful here.
Zymoth says, "Careful is my middle name," and I would like to cast Pass Without Trace.
All right. So to do that, you're going to, the easiest way to select everybody rather than control clicking on them is up at the top of the map window. You got a bunch of little buttons there. Lots of fun ones. Some that change your camera view, which once we have artwork, we'll see some really cool stuff in that regard. But there's a section of targeting icons, and one of them looks like a flag. If you push that, it will automatically target all friendly units. So then you can go in and cast the spell like you normally would. Hit the use power button and then cast spell, resolve spell.
Oh, use power button. Sorry, haven't done.
To the left of Pass Without Trace on your Actions tab.
So it's not under abilities. It's actions.
Actions.
It's
Yep.
hidden. Now let me pass it out. Trace. Weird. I seem to have like 3 different iterations of it, or 2 iterations.
Oh, well, let's shore that up. Again, the import sometimes things we'll have over the first 2-3 weeks. We'll have some stuff like that to clean up. So let's see. We just need one of them. Yep. All right. There you go. And then cast spell and resolve spell, or resolve spell. That one too, I should say.
Oh, cool. Cast now. Resolve.
Yep.
Neat. So, Zymoth takes a fine powder out of one of the many leather pouches on his belt. It looks gray, almost ashen, but has a bit of a shimmering aspect to it. He whispers a couple words in a language you don't understand, which is Gith, while just sprinkling it up out of his hand, and you see it just go to the floor and just expand and stick to the soles of your boots. And you find that when you walk, now you don't really hear your footsteps.
Nice.
Y'all want to sneak around, we're going to be all the better for it.
I think this magic is a good idea. I also I can't help but be curious about these graves and such and things, but as much as I want to explore, I definitely don't want to be here longer than we need to be. I am quite uncomfortable in a place like this, I will admit.
Vay's gonna look at Lucas and kind of give him a slight nod. And he's gonna say, "May the Raven Queen protect us. We really need to watch our backs." He's not gonna pull out his blade because that would cast light upon the area because it's a flame blade. But he is gonna whisper to it and call upon it as his hex pact weapon. So that's ready when
All
he
right.
needs it.
Yep. All right.
Could I
The
take
stair.
a look inside?
Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Could I take a look inside one of the sarcophagi and hear Zymoth muttering, seems like this bed should have someone resting in it. I'd like to see if I see any marks or when the sarcophagus has been emptied.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
I'll help it. Using the help action.
All right. So Hari's gonna give you the help action. So he's looking with you, so you can roll with advantage because he's sort of like, look at that spot. Do you see anything there? Look at that spot. Do you see anything there?
Cool. So in order to roll,
Oh,
I go to
skills
skill
tab.
and
Yep. Skills tab, the column with the number. There you go. All right. All right. So yeah, I mean, it looks like something gnawed the flesh because I mean 40 years there might still be some flesh typically maybe, but like the bones have some sort of teeth marks in them. I would take nature or survival from anybody if you wanted to point that out to everybody or anybody if they wanted to try and figure out what kind of creature might have made those marks.
I pass that info on.
And try the nature.
All right. Now, in this is one of those types of situations where you'll find that I try my best to be consistent when it comes to the help action, guidance cantrips as well. Some of the similar rules apply. So something like, I look at these teeth marks, do I recognize them? That's not something that somebody can help you with. Or that guidance will help because it's just raw memory knowledge. Whereas something like an action actively looking around, definitely guidance could help and the help action could help. So, Hari, it was humanoid that stripped the flesh off these bones. They are not like, wolves or anything like that. It was humanoid.
Well, I'm sure this was not an animal, so we were carrying it around. And I would say Kimmy ahead.
All right.
Ahead.
All right, so let me open that up and let me go to. All right, is Kimmy moving stealthily or just flying?
Stealthily.
All right, give me
Stealthily as an owl can do.
a stealth check for Kimmy then. So you're gonna. Oh yeah, to do that you go. I don't know if we talked about it last week. On your character sheet, you're gonna go to your cohorts tab, and then under the cohorts tab, you have Kimmy there. You click on the red box. There you go. You found it. Holy shit.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Good job, Kimmy.
Yeah, Kimmy, telepathically, because you can communicate telepathically with it, will tell you that they see 5 humanoid-ish looking creatures, but probably more likely than human undead. They look like this. And if Hari wanted to give me a religion check, you could, to see if you know what those are or what you know about them.
Yes, sure.
That's on your skills tab, down to religion, double click the number. Well, they're not skeletons or zombies. You didn't see any of these guys upstairs. You don't think they're vampires. You're not really sure what they are.
I have 2 questions real quick.
Mm-hmm.
For this image, I see nothing, just black.
Yeah, sometimes it'll take a moment to populate. If you leave that window up, it should.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what a white looks like.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
My other question, real quick, is because I can't remember what the actual rule is, and I might be getting game systems mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
For the help action, do you need to be proficient in that skill also to help them?
No.
Okay.
No. Some DMs will house rule that, and it might even be an optional rule in the DM guide, but rule is written. You don't have to be proficient. But again, that goes back to the whole, like, if it's a knowledge thing, like Arcana, like you can't help somebody in Arcana because you don't have that, you don't understand it necessarily, but it's a knowledge-based thing. So you can make your own roll. Have I heard anything about Arcana magic that might match this? But you wouldn't be able to help somebody with it. So you'll find mostly it's those knowledge type ones that I typically will disallow help action and usually guidance. All right.
Well, I will describe these guys to the rest of the party and would suggest to sneak on them and smash them. And the skeletons above.
If Harry describes what Kimmy is seeing, could Vay make a religion check based off that?
You sure could, with disadvantage since it's a secondhand description.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because he's got double proficiency in religion.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just have to hit the button. I just have to click
Good.
the dice, right?
On the skills to click it or click and drag, double click it or click and drag it into the text chat, one or the other.
Did that work?
Sure did. Yeah. You got to
roll
do it a
again,
second.
though,
Yeah,
right?
do it a second time. Yep. In the future, when you want to roll disadvantage, there's a button in the lower left of Fantasy Grounds that you can click for it.
Of course I blew it then.
Yeah, I mean, they're whites, right? You're
Okay.
you're from the Shadowfell. You know what whites look like, but you know what they're called. But you're a little fuzzy on the details of their abilities.
Okay. So Vay will just describe what he thinks they are.
This is interesting. I'm not familiar with undead really at all, so this will be fun.
For a certain definition of the word fun, that's probably true. All right. So we're going to try and sneak down. What are we doing?
Zymot says, well, I've run into my fair share of these types, and they all sound the same when you shoot them. I made us all a fair bit quieter, so I suggest we take a stealthy approach to this.
think that sounds great. Otherwise, we'd be wasting your spell, in a way.
Agreed.
I shall be not very good at the stealth part. I shall be right behind.
All right, so for stealth, what I want to do, and I do this differently in some campaigns, but I think for ours, I think our group will really help with immersion and whatnot. For your stealth rolls, I want you to roll those in the dice tower. You'll see toward the bottom of your screen a couple of orangish looking boxes. One of them will have a castle in it. Does anybody not see that?
I see it.
All right, that's a dice tower. Grab your stealth modifier from your skills tab, drop it into the dice tower.
Now, suppose you have disadvantage.
Fantasy Grounds knows all about it, and it will roll it accordingly.
Great.
So I'm just like dropping the dice in.
Yep,
Okay.
just drop it into the dice tower.
I am seeing armor stealth penalty though. Since I'm wearing mithril, should that not be the case, or does it have to be
I have to go in and set that up. Character name again is Zymoth. Was that Zymoth?
Zymoth.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let me let me go in and set that up. And I'll manually do it for now. It is that's the oh no, you'd have to roll it separately. Okay, it's off now. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and roll it again.
Okay. Cool.
Man. All right. Yeah, I mean, feel free to move in. Everybody, you can move up to a dash. You can move from where you're at. You can move up to twice your speed, basically. I'm going to pop the view so you can see. And we're not going to get into initiative yet, but everybody move up to double your, well, no, it'd be, because stealth, you have to go half your speed. So everybody move up to just your speed as a dash. So 30 feet if your speed is 30. Just move 6 squares, otherwise less if it's less. Into the room wherever you want to be. All right. So, yep. All right. Okay, so once you cross the threshold of the bottom of the stairs, of course, you're no longer behind cover, so they can see you, but they've all got the surprised condition. So for this first round of combat, all of the whites are surprised. Everyone, on your main tab of your character sheet, toward the center top, next to your armor class and your speed, is your initiative. Double click that one, please.
Question, DM Bob.
Yeah.
How do I shrink my map? Because it's going off the page at the bottom. Like I want to like pull it up. What do I have to grab to
In the
pull it up
upper,
a little bit?
okay, so can you see the, don't hit it yet, the X, but do you see the X in the upper right-hand corner of the map?
I think so. It says, yeah. Okay.
All right. Just to the left of that is a button. Does it say increase size or what does it say?
It says increase size.
Hit that.
Okay.
And then that should put it behind but not filling the screen. Is that right?
No, now my chat window totally went away. Can I make it small again?
Yeah, that one you can do the arrow that says decrease size to the left of the one that says increase. You can decrease. And then
Okay, my thing's back, but I can't see the bottom of the page. Like the Drake is cut off. I can't seem to move up.
if you use your arrow keys to manipulate the map to make it go different directions, or your WASD keys, or if you use your center mouse wheel and push and drag, does that let you do it?
Yo, sure thing. Thank you.
Yep, no
That
worries.
was an idiotic question. Thank you.
No, don't say that. So you
Okay.
guys, you'll remember from last week, I told you there are no dumb questions. I will absolutely give you
did.
some dumb answers, but do not say that. So, all right, bad Vay. All right,
That way.
all right, here we go. Whites. Let's start off this round. The whites have the surprise condition. So, everyone, go ahead. Vay, you're up first.
Okay, I
Sorry
think.
for the quick question before that. Sorry.
Yeah.
How
No,
do I
go
roll
ahead.
for Kimmy and both the same for Rastil?
Sorry, repeat that. I didn't quite hear you. I got to turn you up a little bit here.
Sorry. How do I roll for the initiative of Kimmy?
So when so Kimmy, go open Kimmy's sheet and just make a dexterity check. So where it says has Kimmy's dex, you just double click on it. I'm sorry, not double. You click on the C next to Kimmy's dex, and then I have to manually put that in. Kimmy got an 11, and then Ross goes up with Zymoth on 17. So let me put Ross up there. And okay. All right. Vay, you're up.
Okay, Vay's gonna whisper to the Raven Queen. I think I'm underneath Zymoth. I can't seem to grab my character.
Oh, here, let's get you.
I'd like to just go here. Oops, where am I? Oh, okay.
I moved you back so you could move through.
There I am. All right, so I'm gonna go here. You're gonna see Vay is going to run his hand along the blade of his weapon, aptly named Raven's Revenge. He's gonna activate flames. You're gonna see flames come out of it, and that's a bonus action. And then he's gonna take an action to hit this white next to him. So I have to target it, right? I have to.
Yeah, you can either drag the dice onto it or you can control click it to target it. Either way.
Okay. It's gonna drag the dice to hit dice, right?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Drag the dice onto him. And I don't know if that hit.
So you'll see in the text chat, it tells us that it is indeed a hit.
All right, now I have to roll damage.
Yep, just drag the damage onto it.
Okay. And that's the box, right?
Yep, though it says the 1d8 plus whatever.
Got it.
Yep. And then you got two versions of it. One that's flaming if you've lit the flame, which you certainly
I
could
did.
have. Yep. Okay. So then you use that one. I think we gave you two different buttons. I think is how we set that up for you, right?
I think so, and I just drop it in the chat, right?
Drop it on the bad guy again.
On the bad guy.
Yep.
Got it. And then he's an assassin, so he should get sneak attack if it hasn't gone yet.
So yeah. Okay.
Assassins have a thing about attacking surprise people, or
Yeah, it's a crit if they hit, right? And
only if it's a surprise round.
it is. They're surprised. They are
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
surprised. Yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo that a little bit. So
Click done.
you're okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to. I'm gonna go in here and let's hit your. So lower left-hand corner of Fantasy Grounds, you got lots of little buttons to the left of the dice. One of them says critical. Push that so that it's highlighted, and and then I'm going to get your sneak going here, right there. And all right, go ahead and drop that damage on the bad guy again, and it should be a bunch of dice this time.
Okay, the Raven's Revenge damage, right?
Yeah, the flaming one. Yeah.
Got it.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah, that's much better. And because let's see, you rolled a 6, a 4, and a 4 the first time. I'm going to replace those first three. Well, it actually worked. The first three were the same, so I don't have to replace anything. All right. So it went on you, which is not what we want. That's okay. I'll clear your damage out. It goes on him.
I killed myself.
It does.
No, do that.
It does kill him.
I
Hey,
keep hearing no.
Vey just got the first kill of the campaign.
Yeah.
Yay. All right. So as a reward, I'd like you to have a DM inspiration. I explained my DM inspiration house rules last week. In the upper right-hand corner of your character sheet, you have INSP. There's about to be 3 circles there. Give me a moment. I just need to turn that on. You can bank up to 3. So everybody gets 1, because when you start playing D&D with me, I give you a DM inspiration because I'm just that nice of a guy. And then Vey, you'll go ahead and push a second one. So you've got 2 DM inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Anything else for
That
Vey?
is- No, that's his turn, and I'm supposed to click something up top. I remember, right?
Yep. So up top to the left of what would be dagger here, you've got those 3 buttons, 2 green buttons and like a tan with a burgundy border. And push the burgundy border one. And then now at the far right next to dagger here, you have like a Spotify or CD skip. Yep, you got it. Lucas, you're up.
Did I do it? Great.
Yep. Good job. Lucas, you're up. Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Let's see. I'm thinking a little bit.
Yep, just making sure you weren't muted again.
Okay. Lucas will reach up. He'll grab his staff and he'll say the name Celine, and then he'll say a bunch of random celestial words, and we'll cast Slow, which is Trey's favorite spell in the game. So I think 40 feet area should cover all 4 of them.
So does it, do you have the ability to target not them?
Yeah, it says up. It says up to 6 creatures.
Is it,
your
it's
choice.
of your choice. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got plenty of. All right. So to target them, you control click on each. And, I need to remove the other guy instead. And all right, you got all 4. And so then circle with a star for use power to the left of slow. That's on your, okay, yep, there you go. Yeah, you got it. All right, looks like only 1 failed. Yes, I hate that spell. And I'm glad that 3 of them made it. Does that make me a bad person? Maybe. I don't care. I hate that spell.
I usually have. It's one of my favorite debuff spells, but I have such shit luck with it as a player. It's like, it's fine though. I love casting it. So you'll see the fairy will go up, and this like clock will summon up around her, and then it'll like start slowing down as it's cast.
Nice. All right. Anything else for Lucas?
Actually, yeah, because I guess he would, as a spellcaster, I guess we would know when the effects don't take place. So he's a little irritated that it didn't work. So I'm actually going to no, he's not going to do anything. No,
All
I'm
right.
good.
All right. Pass your turn. Let me know if you need reminded how to do that. And then next will be Zymoth.
I'm definitely going to need a reminder when it comes time to end my turn.
Right up,
but
right up.
In the meantime, you see Zymoth taking very leisurely the longbow off his back, and then drawing a bead on the one seems affected by the spell, if that's visible, that is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's visibly affected, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, cool. So I draw a bead on him, and yeah, and I would like to let fly 2 shots with sharpshooter.
All right. That one'll hit.
Oh.
They're not real. They're not real tough. Oh yeah, that'll hit. Not real tough.
Quick thing about that. I think I have archery fighting styles, so I'm not sure if it adds the +2.
So let's see. Let me look here in a
Oh
second.
no. Can I use my inspiration on that one?
You sure can. And let me get Zymoth's sheet up here. I was just fixing Lucas's saving throws for a second because those did not import over, right? That'll
That
hit.
makes it better.
Oh wait, was it saying is that saying my DC is a 12 and not 18?
Yep,
Is that
and
what it
so
was saying?
yeah, so I'm going back through to see which one of them might have actually failed. So only white 6 made it, is what it looks like. So I'll get those effects up and running. So, but yeah, 6 is the only one that made it. So just FYI.
I'm glad you noticed
So
that. I didn't notice.
It would be a 13 and a 25 with the fighting style taken into account.
Yep, they are hits.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, and let me get Zymoth's fighting style on. That one's easy. Fighting style archery. Boom. That will just stay on you. Did it go?
Oh, thank you. And one more thing I just noticed that might need to be tweaked. Rastil, my Drake.
Yep.
His proficiency bonus is currently at +2. I think it should be +4 to reflect mine.
All right. All right. So 1 second while I get these effects for the slow going here, and then I'll get Ross. All right. So what did I say? I said 6 is the only one that didn't fail. Is that what I said?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So 5 gets, you get a card, and you get a card, and you get a card. Okay. Now I'm looking at Ross, and I change to give him a proficiency bonus. I change that to.
And for his attack, do I just drag his strength and then add the proficiency bonus?
No. So I will actually set that up for you as well.
Oh, thank you.
It's fun starting with, fun for a certain definition of the word, starting with higher level characters, because there's the import misses some things, but the higher level it is, the more it misses. So, all right. So what you'll do, okay, for Ross, you'll open up, you got Ross character sheet open, or the NPC sheet.
Yep.
You're going to scroll down under actions.
I think I found it.
That's it. You got it.
And it misses. Zymoth clucks in disappointment.
Actually, why does it say it hit? These guys.
Oh.
How weird.
Maybe -2 from slow.
Actually, their AC is not reading right. Why does it say defensive effects minus? Oh, I have multiple. Yeah, that would definitely miss. I see. I've got multiple slows on them. We'll get the kinks worked out, and then and then once we do it, they won't. All right. Yeah, I've got 3 slows on them. That's what's going on. Yeah, that would still miss him.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, that's 9. And in terms of passing my turn.
Yes. Up top of Fantasy Grounds, do you have who's on your far left of the
On my
pictures?
far left, I see Dagger here.
To the left and bottom of Dagger here, there are 2 green circle buttons, and then below that there's a square with a silhouettes in it. Push that.
Yep.
And then to the far right now, after Hari, you've got... I realized I've been describing that for a while now, ever since that feature was introduced as a CD skip button, and some of my younger players don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so I now describe it as a Spotify skip, because I'm all old and stuff. All right, and then you'll hit it again for Ross.
For us,
because,
right.
yeah, you get to pass for both of you. All right. All right, white 24. All right, fine. And one attack only, so we're going to make it count on Dagger here. Nope. All right. Next is white 12 on Roz with one attack. Next is white 6. That's the one that is not. It's not slowed. I'm gonna get those extra effects off. Okay. So 5, 10, 15. We are using the optional flanking rules in this campaign. Is that correct? Are my notes correct?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
All right.
The AC would be 15.
Yeah, make sure we got his AC set right. I've got 17 as his AC. It's adds your proficiency bonus plus 12. Your proficiency bonus is not 5. Or is it plus 14?
Oh, that's
Wait a minute.
armor class. The template's armor class. I don't know what the baseline is. Let me take a look.
14. It is. Okay, 14 plus. So yeah, so that's actually correct. So you're at plus.
Wouldn't it be 18 in that case since I have plus 4 proficiency?
Yeah. Math is hard, Barbie. All right, let's fix that. All right. All right, so life drain. It's multi-attack, 2 long swords, and life drain in place of 1. So we'll start with the life drain on Ross. And then a long sword. All right. Dagger here.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send 2 great sword attacks at this white that is right next to me.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okie doke. Solid. Now for number 2. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration.
Use your what?
My inspiration.
Oh, okay. Also, I'll interrupt you just briefly. These whites didn't go anywhere because they're surprised this round, but that's okay. None of them have hit anybody, so it's pretty irrelevant.
Yeah.
Go ahead and please continue. That one is a hit.
Okay. That was a hit.
Yep.
Oh.
All right. That's a moon touch. That should be doing magic damage. Let's adjust that. So he should be taking the full. One moment. Let me put in that keyword on your programming for your moon touched. And then that would be another 6 damage to white 24. I'll put that in manually. All right. All right.
All right, and I believe that is my turn.
All right.
So let me do it. What?
All right. What's Kimmy going to do?
Well, Kim is going to fly here and use the help action to distract this white,
All right.
which is weak, I know, like
All
flapping
right.
on his face.
All right. So I've got automation for that. Let me grab it real quick. Doot. And I'm going to put it on a hotkey because I suspect Kimmy's going to do a lot of that. So we're just going to drop it right there in my number 2 hotkey spot. All right.
Perfect. And he's going to use the rest of his movement to scout ahead a little bit more.
All right.
I know how to measure the movement after the things.
Yeah.
Like this, 20.
Right
click, you measure, right? Yes.
Yeah. You can drag both mouse buttons to measure, and then you click both of them again to get rid of the arrow.
Oh, perfect. That's what I want.
All right.
That's 20 feet. I've got 120.
You got 60 feet, so I mean you can move another 40.
Yeah. 5 and 35 more. Like around here.
Yep. All right. Roots protrude through the cracks in the ceiling here. There's a stone stairway in the southeast corner that's collapsed, and the nearby walls have crumbled. 3 doors in the north wall are shut, and the middle door bears a new padlock. To the west, stairs lead to a small balcony that overlooks the room from 5 feet above, with just enough room for a door painted with an eye. Anything else for Kimmy?
Nope, that's it for Kimmy.
All right. And then Hari.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer. I'm going to cast a magic weapon.
All right. Now, I will say, too, you guys are high enough level that counterspell is a pretty common thing. So you'll want to get in the... Obviously, these guys don't... Well, they're surprised anyway, they can't. But in general, when you go to cast a spell, you're going to just start out with, I cast a spell. And then pause. And then I'll either say, go ahead, or I'll say, I'm going to try to counterspell it. And don't tell me what it is, because if I know what it is, I'm going to cheat. I don't want to. My brain just will know. And so what I'll do is I'll roll a dice, and I won't be happy with the result, because either it will counterspell it and I'll feel bad, or it won't counterspell it and I'll feel bad. So get in the habit of saying I cast a spell and wait for me to respond. All right, go ahead. Please continue.
Noted. Now, when he's casting a magic weapon, his deck of cards is gonna start glowing green. And when he throw a card, they're gonna explode.
Right on.
To embrace the Gambit inspiration.
Yeah.
And let's target this guy. Target this one.
You got all 4 targeted right now.
Not that one.
Yeah, here, let me...
It is one. The white 5.
All right, so you have how many, are you targeting multiple or just, no, you're just one, right? Here, let me clear.
Just one.
All right, go ahead and click on 5 again, because it looked like you had everybody targeted there for a second. So just control click on 5 again to target them.
Control click.
There you go, you got them.
Perfect. And let's do it. There goes the first attack roll.
Yep, that's a hit thanks to slow. That is the second time somebody's had a 13. Their armor class is normally a 14, but with slow it makes it a 12. That is the second time slow caused a hit. I hate that spell.
Perfect. And this is the damage. Let's add this sneak attack.
So actually, yeah, here, what I need to activate your sneak attack. Hold on. For some reason it's not. Well, wait, why are you getting sneak? You didn't, no advantage or anything.
Yeah, that's what Kimmy did.
Oh, it didn't roll.
No, it didn't.
Wow, why did it do that? Yeah, it rolled with disadvantage. Why is that? I don't know. All right, doesn't matter. I'll put your sneak attack on you, and then here, I'm going to have you just do the damage again. But wait, before you do that, let me make sure your damage, if it's supposed to be coded magic, that it is. It's not, so let me fix that. Piercing, magic. And then, all right, double click your magic again, your damage again. It should it should have your sneak this time.
Perfect.
There we go. All right, well done.
And I'm going to throw the second card. Is that a regular?
I don't know why it's doing disadvantage. I'll figure that out, but it's still a hit. Either way.
No, it's damage without the sneak attack. Perfect. That's it.
All right. All right, pass turn when you're ready. And white 5 can't do anything because it's a surprise round. See, I remembered. Top of round 2. I mean, I guess there's only one dead surprised white. Vey, you're up.
Okay, and none of these are surprised anymore, right? 'Cause
Correct.
It's the top of the next round. Okay.
Correct.
So Vey is gonna move to attack number 6. Okay, he's gonna go for this guy. Do I click on him? Is that what I do?
You can drag the dice onto him.
Oh, got him. Okay.
Or the attack dice. Now, before you do that, I'm going to throw this out
Uh-huh.
there. You won't get sneak attack on him because
No, I won't. I don't
All
have
right.
advantage, and yeah. So it's
you
just,
could, if you were to attack 12 or 24. They're both next to friends. So
Oh, I thought
you-
they were dead.
No,
I'm sorry. I thought
No.
they were X'd out.
no. Just
Okay, hold on.
those they X'd out when they failed to save earlier. But like they, no, they're. So you could move next to one of them if you
okay.
want. That way you'll get your
Yeah.
sneak if you hit.
Yep, I'll attack number 12. Okay, here goes. Oh Lord.
Ooh. Another one.
That's all right. You had the first kill of the campaign, so it's all right if you get a crit miss, crit fail.
I guess that's a miss. I don't think I have 2 attacks yet for Vey.
Hold
Hold on, let me check.
If you have 5 Hexblade and you have
Oh, I do.
Bursting Blade, you should.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
Alright, I'll try it again. I roll another 1, don't laugh.
I might. No promises. I'll try not
I
to.
might too. Ooh.
There's a hit.
Alright, now I'm gonna drop the dice on
All
him.
right, hold on before you do.
Oh.
It doesn't have your. Why is your sneak not on? Let's see. Why it didn't recognize it. So let's manually get that for you. All right, now damage him. Should be good. Now drop your damage on him.
Got it. Ooh, a lot of 1s.
That's all right.
Alright.
Like I tell my players all the time, every hit point counts, especially the last one.
Now, question on sneak attack. I saw you click something on my sheet. Do I need to click that on and off when I do it, or no? Does it
Not
only-
normally. Not normally.
Okay.
Once we've got everything working properly, it will automatically do it for you. So,
Hey, that's my turn.
all right. Next up is Lucas.
All right. I want to ask a question first. So I think I saw, just because I like reading the thing over here. I think it said that Dagger here had like a +5 to their roll to attack. I'm assuming it's higher than that at this level. Probably like an 8 or a 9
Well, I think
instead of 5.
was Dag was using sharpshooter though, right? No, that's not Dag.
No, that would be me.
No, I wasn't.
All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, I see. Strength mod is good catch. So yeah, strength weapons a lot of times on the import don't come through. So it was just a +4. We want to add the strength mod. So yes, +9 is what it should be. Good catch.
Okay, I will. Let's see. There's 3 of them left. I'm gonna be conservative with my spell slots. Okay. So the one down here I've targeted, I will, I'll do a Sacred Flame on them.
All right. And I probably need to increase your Sacred Flame damage. So go ahead and do the cast first. And I'll make sure the cantrip damage is increased. Oh, it did the... Go ahead and roll another D8. Drop the blood drop for Sacred Flame on him. If you would again. And then I'll set it so that next time it's the... Actually, I'm here. I can get it. There it is. All right, so, and now I'll set it so that next time it'll automatically be 2d8. There we go. All right, anything else for Lucas?
That'll be it.
All right. Best turn, Zymoth is up.
So Zymoth steps into the room, and the first thing I do is draw a bead on the one near Dagor here. Because I'm in a straight line, would that mean I don't have line of sight and I'd have to move, or is nothing impeding that?
So, no, you got line of sight. The worst thing could be opportunity, or not opportunity, but cover. Like if you were over here, you're firing past Hari, but if you're here, you can fire at number 6. Or wait, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about 6 or?
I am talking.
Or 24.
About 24. So in that case, I figure I'd have to get a better angle.
If you're right there, you could get a shot at 24 without cover, without the -2 penalty.
In that case, I think I'm going to take 1. When I start dragging Zymoth, the entire screen turns black. I'm not sure if that's a feature or a bug.
That sounds to me like you don't have your... do you have dark vision?
Oh. Gith? No, Gith do not.
No, okay, so you need... I'm assuming then you have a light spell or something that you would normally cast?
Yeah, I have a lantern.
Lantern, all right. Let me get that lantern on you. That's why.
Gotcha.
There you are. And that'll lighten everything up for everybody. Now it's no longer black and white for everybody else, because your light is shining there.
That's
So
great.
I will attack with sharpshooter once on white 24.
All right. Cool thing is with sharpshooter, I forgot you had sharpshooter. Cool thing is you don't even have to. You can shoot from behind somebody and cover. You ignore cover with sharpshooter.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
I think the +2 still isn't adding. Oh, or no, I don't think it is. It should.
all right. Let's look at
+12 and +7.
+12 and +7. Let's see. It's the +2 for your archery is on damage. Is there a different source of +2 to hit?
So I have bracers of archery and fighting style archery. Or
Bracers, that's what's not on. Okay, let me get you your bracers effect. That's what it is. The fighting style we got. You said fighting style earlier, and I went and made sure it's on, but the bracers.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, I
Yep.
have a bracer, so that's
All right, so let me.
there's 2 damage.
Yep. All right, here are bracers, and let me put the effect on. Make sure it doesn't expire. It doesn't. All right. It'll still
Make
say.
it 14.
Yeah. It's a hit with a 12 anyway because of slow. So go ahead and it was a hit. You can see in the text chat it was a hit. So go ahead and damage him.
So I am going to now shoot number 5.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, wrong. There.
See, and now it's doing. Still only doing
Right.
+2. I put the effect on you and everything. All right, I'll figure it out. It's still a hit.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. And now for Rass's turn. Rass flaps over to white number 24 and attacks. Something for Rastiel as well. The bite should have plus 1d6 fire damage to it.
So that's your infused strikes, right? Or is that
nope, so
it?
those
All
infused strikes
at this level, it gives you
as a
that too.
reaction.
That's right. That's right. This level, it gives you that too. All right, hang on tight because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is going on with your archery. Let me try it one more time. There it goes.
Oh,
Racers.
awesome.
Racers are working. Let me check with the sharpshooter. It's not on sharpshooter. It's because we have
Oh,
sharpshooter
that's
set
what
as
it
a
is.
melee weapon. Now it's set as a ranged weapon, and if I do this, there we go. Okay. All right. So let me get his infused strikes, or not infused. Let me get his
The bite.
bite.
It's
Now,
just plus 1d6.
yep. What type is he doing? What fire?
He's doing fire. I can change each time I summon him, but I think I'm going to stick fire both for the thematic and just to make it easier.
It's real simple to just go in and edit it each time, anytime you want to change it. So sometimes you'll want to, I imagine. More piercing damage, and
There's a reaction which I keep forgetting to use, and I figure I can't use that retroactively, so I'll just use his action.
yep. So if I do this, okay, yep, it's doing it. Ooh, yeah, and it'll
Oh,
double both the
thanks.
dice. Yeah, take him.
So critical, and now do I roll the dice part of it?
Yep. Oh, you got to put it on the white, which I'll just drag from the text chat onto him.
Oh, whoops.
There you go. No worries. He goes down. One left. Yes, it would, Vey. I need to put a light effect on it. I'll set that. I'm going to make a note and set that up later.
Button as well. I'm sorry about that.
Nope, you're good. A light sword. All right. White 6. All right. Gonna go here. Life drain on Hari. Long sword on Hari. And pass turn. Next is dagger here. I have to say it the way Lae'zel said it. The way every time, for whatever reason, in my mind, it's dagger here, because that's how. Yeah, what's her name? Deborah. Deborah Wild is how she said it. Yeah, dagger here. Go ahead.
Yes. All right. So Dagger here is going to give a slight nod of thanks to Zymoth before heading down here to flank on the other side of this white.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to do a couple more greatsword attacks. Oh, my greatsword attack modifier is +4.
1 second. That's probably we need to add. Well, I think I fixed it. I think your strength.
You fix it on everything except for the greatsword.
Right on. All right, 1 sec. I'm just making sure that, because it didn't do our flanking thing earlier, I'm making sure it's turned on. Okay, it is. All right, it's dagger here. I changed it on all the rest. You don't get it for the great sword. You just don't. That's no. Strength. All right, you're ready to rock and roll.
All right, thank you.
Yep. That'll hit.
Oh, that'll hit. All right, I'm going to go ahead, do some damage. All right, and let's go for number 2.
That one will miss.
Can I use Rustil's reaction on Dagger here's hit?
You sure can. Let me make sure. Let me get that set up for your infused strikes. I need to put the damage type in it. I should have done that when I was in there earlier, but didn't because I'm a Flibberty Gibbet. And anybody know that movie when I say Flibberty Gibbet? Get a DM inspiration if you can tell me the name of that movie without Googling it.
I know the word, but I don't know the movie.
I'll give you a hint, Meg Ryan. All right. Your infused strike, you should be able to hover over where it says extra 1d6 fire damage and drag it onto the target.
Oh, cool. So Dagger here, as your blade bites into the white, Rastil just breathes a plume of smoke, which just heats your blade up. And oh no, I did it again in the chat.
Oh wait, that's the That's written wrong. Just roll a d6 for me for now.
Yep.
All right, 4. I will give that to 6. There we go. All right. All right. Dagger here. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. Gimme.
Jimmy will now sneakily start to scout ahead. Right here.
All right. I like.
Right.
Is she sneaking, taking the hide action, or just going?
Yes, taking the hide action and moving
All right.
30 feet.
All right. Give me a Kimmy stealth. Give me a Kimmy stealth into the tower.
Tower.
All right.
That's it for Kimmy.
All right. And then Hari.
Seeing everything from the perspective of Kimmy.
Oh, if you up top of Fantasy Grounds, if you double click on your portrait, it should recenter on you, I think.
Yeah, fix it. Okay,
Yep.
thank you. I'm going to use the cunning action to disengage.
All right.
I'm behind it. And sneak attack this guy.
Okay.
Select control click. Go to third.
That'll hit, and the sneak attack is working now. There we are.
Let's go for the second one.
That'll hit as well.
And that's it.
All right. All right, Vey.
All right. Vay's gonna move into where Harry was. And he's gonna attack this guy right here. So he's kind of sneers at it and brings his blade down on top of it.
All right. Oh, good. It rolled advantage.
Oh god.
That's a hit. Hold on. It didn't do your sneak. So before you do your damage, I don't know why it's activating his and not yours, but things are sometimes weird. So
Let me ask this. On my sheet, I don't know if this might be it. The little, it looks like a little tennis racket or whatever it is. Next to it, it's got the dragon purple thing next to it, the square.
yeah.
That one isn't checked. Should it be checked?
No.
Okay.
I've got you now, though. So go ahead and drop your damage on him. And it should go.
All right.
All right. All right. Congratulations. You survived the first fight of the campaign, and I'm, 90% sure you did it without any wounds. I'm disappointed.
Whatsoever.
I'm very disappointed. All right. So, right. So we're technically going to stay just for a moment in initiative because I need to know if Kimmy is going to proceed or to come back.
Going to proceed or come back. I think they are going to scout ahead a little bit more. Yeah. You won't coming back.
All right. All right. I will bring her back then. All right. So tell you a little bit more about this room now that you're not fighting things. It's a large subterranean chamber with stone coffins sitting on sturdy shelves. Part of the west wall here is collapsed, creating an opening into that chamber that Kimmy saw. Yeah. What would you like to
I'd
do?
like to do a quick sweep of the room, just visually taking a look and seeing if there's anything I noticed that's out of what I should expect.
All right. That'll be perception, but before you roll it, I used to require that perception and insight go into the tower because as a player, I kind of like using the tower for those. I like not knowing what I rolled. It is entirely up to you as a player. If you want to roll insight and perception in the open, you may. But really, any roll that you want to make in the tower, if it adds to the experience for you, you may. So,
Cool. So I think I'll do it into the tower.
all right.
I think Harry would like to look for something of value in these white corpses or the coffins.
All right. Yeah,
Try
give
to
me a
hide and
perception.
look as
You
well.
can give me a perception check as well, then.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
I disconnected. I'm gonna rejoin.
Oh, I thought it looked like it said you did. Well, I won't need your perception check anyway because Hari has ridiculous perception and rolled a 23 and is pretty much able to see everything of value in the room. So, one of the open coffins contains 4 wool cloaks worth about 10 gold pieces each, and 2 wide hats worth about 5 gold pieces each. There is also a potion of some sort in and among one of the coffins.
We'll try to hide that he's taking the things that are worth gold because it is a secreting tombs and that's not that cool. He will use the mage hand.
All right.
But for the potion, he will show it to everyone and we'll start to identify it.
Okay.
I'd like to take and wear a hat if that is a possibility.
Absolutely. Oh, so, okay. Funny story. Let me, my Waterdeep Dragon Heist, my Sunday night Dragon Heist game. So if anybody watching, or if any of you guys, of course, if you're looking for an extra game, my Sunday night Dragon Heist, I've got one spot still open. So they had a visitor last evening, Zardoz Zord. And I won't spoil anything about Zardoz if you've not played Dragon Heist, but Zardoz has a hat, and it's a like sort of wide-brimmed pirate hat with a big feather sticking off of it. And the Owlin rogue in that group, sort of as a during the process of negotiating with Zardoz Zord, asked if he could have his hat. And my assumption is the player was kind of going at a, hey, if that's a hat of disguise, then we'll find out who he really is, that sort of thing. Scott, if you're watching, I am fully aware that you are devious, and I ignore it. But anyway, so he did. He gave him the hat, but the owlin is a small creature, and it's not a magical hat, so it doesn't resize or anything like that. And so the hat's too big for him. And so it falls down over his head, but he's convinced that it's magical by his own choice. I didn't as a DM do this. This is all Scott. And so the hat continually falls down over his face. And I told him, I said, you can wear the hat, but during combat, you have to use your object interaction each round to lift the hat over your eyes. Otherwise, you'll be blinded. So he's decided to cut holes into Zardoz's hat. So yes, you have a hat, but it does not have 2 holes in it. Although I guess canonically it could have. I maybe should have gone that route rather than tell the boring story, but or the interesting story, however you perceive it. All right, so yes, the hats and the cloaks are in the party sheet if anybody wants them, as is the potion. It is unidentified. If someone wants to cast an identify spell, they could. Alternatively, during your next short rest, you could identify it.
Identify right here in front of everyone.
All right, casting identify as a ritual. All right.
A ritual, yeah.
So the container looks empty but feels as though it holds liquid. It is a potion of invisibility. We haven't talked about treasure distribution directly, so let's talk about it briefly. Most of my campaigns, what I recommend, and I want you to talk about it as players and or in character. What I recommend to most groups is that coin be divided equally. Optionally, you can set aside one share of the coins to serve as a party fund. And the party fund would be used to buy things like diamonds for Revivify, or extra potions for the fighter that keeps getting knocked down in combat, extra healing potions. The group says, hey, you keep dying, we need to get you some healing potions. Or sometimes groups will draw from that party fund when they're short. They have an opportunity to buy a magic item that they're hoping for, so they'll draw from the party fund sort of as either a loan, or the rest of the group will say, yeah, go ahead and spend it. So you have the option to either do an equal share for the party fund or not. And then the second thing is magic items. I normally recommend, again, talk about it amongst yourselves. What I recommend is is this procedure. If an item obviously benefits one character more than the others, right? Let's say you have one wizard and there's one staff of power. I mean, the wizard's going to get the staff of power. It's not going to do the ranger any good, or the rogue. But if it's an item that multiple people could use, and if multiple players or multiple characters are interested in having it, they just dice for it. And then sort of the one other aspect to that is, if you've gotten a cool item recently, just kind of voluntarily, even if you could use an item, take yourself out of the dice rolling for it, that sort of thing. So what do you guys think? How do you want to handle treasure distribution?
Sounds fine with me.
I think the
I
party
like the
fund is
dice
a
roll.
good idea. Sorry?
Yeah, I like the party fund.
All right. We like the party fund. And does that sound okay for magic items, that general context, or do you want to play it by ear as you find them, or?
I like what you just said. I've done basically that whole thing in general in all my games, and I feel like it works well.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes with home games, like when you've known the players for a long time, or like if we finish this campaign and we decide we want to play another one, and if everybody consents, and you say, hey, let's not really PvP, but let's do some sort of competitive type things among us. That's absolutely an option. I don't recommend it when you're first learning about each other, but it's definitely can be fun in the right group. But to start with, I always recommend that. All right. Let's give him a letter. P and letter P, the Beatles. All right. Anybody remember that movie? Meg Ryan, Liberty Gibbet, also Tom Hanks.
No.
You young folk is what it is. I feel old all of a sudden. Joe versus the Volcano. It was the first rom-com that Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan did together, long before Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. One of the most underrated Tom Hanks films ever. Okay. Everyone give me a perception check now as well.
And could I ask one question?
Of course.
the cloaks and stuff that we found, while Vay was watching folks kind of search and stuff, is there anything that might have caught his attention religious wise? Like, would he maybe associate something with a certain religious cult or anything like that? I don't know. I just
Yeah,
throwing it
sure.
out.
Sure. No, that's a valid question. Give me a religion check.
Whoops. Oh, did it open? But there it is.
I just double click it. Oh, I'm gonna throw it in the. I'm gonna throw it in that thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that.
That'll be fun.
Anytime, yeah. I mean, I don't recommend throwing attack rolls in the tower, but anything else that you want to throw in the tower, I mean, you could if you really wanted to. Anything else, it's always fun. No, I mean they're very plain. Matter of fact, they are nondescript. It's as if they are meant to be used to not be noticed, to be inconspicuous. All right, Zymoth, you see behind one of the coffins, right down here, you see just sort of a hairline crack along one side on the wall. You think possibly there could be a secret door here?
I say that to the party. I say, "Hey, folks," and I tip my new wide-brimmed hat and just like pat it, and some dust falls off of it. Y'all seen what I'm seeing? What I'm seeing is either this wall built real shoddy, or there could be a bit of a way through.
Do you need some help opening it?
Well, I definitely ain't as strong as you are, so go right ahead. And I bow deeply, sweeping my hat.
As you put it back up, Dagger here is just going to take a quick look at it, adjust it really quick. Good.
Yeah, give me an investigation.
uh,
Give me an investigation check. See what you take from it. What you're noticing about it specifically.
Could I help with that as well? And
Yeah, you could help with that. So you
sorry,
can
my
Dagger.
computer's
investigating it.
Yep, you can make it with advantage. Your computer's having issues.
Yeah, one sec.
Yep.
Hold on a second. Let me just fix this.
Yep. No worries.
In the meantime, I'd like to use, if possible, my I want to say Deft Explorer Tireless. I'm not sure if it's a spell or where I should add it, just to give myself some temporary HP as a buffer.
Yeah. Let's see.
Outside of Nature's Veil.
Yep. All right. Let's get those set up while we're waiting.
Figured just now might be
All right.
an opportune time. Oh, sorry. In that case, never mind.
Nope, you're okay.
All right. So investigation. Oh, 16.
Yep. You can roll a second time if you want because you're being helped out. So that's an option. You'll have advantage, in other words. Yeah. So you don't really see any mechanism to activate it or to open it. And it looks like it would, at least on this side of the wall, there's nothing to activate it. It does open out towards you, but there's no handle to grip on or anything like that. You think that to get this door open, somebody would have to probably really sort of, use brute force. You could possibly get it to open that way. Nature's Veil, what was the other one I've got?
I believe.
Dave, what was the other one? Nature's Veil and...
That would be Deft Explorer.
Deft, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pull in Tireless.
All right. All right, those are both now under your class features.
Awesome.
All right. Sorry about that. Dag, go ahead.
I believe I should have a Dungeoneer's kit, and that has a crowbar in it. Could I try to put a wedge that in there and try to pry it open?
Sure could. Give me an athletics check with advantage. And Zymoth, you got to put that onto yourself, otherwise it won't register. So you can drag it from the text
whoops.
chat onto your drag it from the text chat onto your token.
Yep. There.
Oh.
Yeah, you cannot seem to get that thing open, Dag.
Ah.
Mind giving me a shot? Just out of curiosity, like in terms of etiquette, like how many times would you allow us to give the same thing a shot?
So you can either attempt something or help somebody attempt something once, and it represents your best efforts over time. It's sort of the concept behind it.
I roll up my sleeves and you see these very, very spindly long arms. I think I might be able to do it.
All right, I'm gonna leave the crowbar for him.
All right, leave the crowbar for you, so you have advantage.
Oh, cool. So advantage, and I'm just gonna roll d20 because I have no strength modifier.
All right, that's fine. No. No.
Well, that's just a fluke. I walk away in a huff.
Harry, out of thin air, conjures a thin paper with some tobacco wrapped in it, lights it up.
Do you want to continue to move on, or I could try with that thing? I mean, maybe there's something, but I'll move on.
I have a crazy idea, and I'm not sure if it's going to be allowed. Could Rastil give it a shot? Because Rast has a plus strength mod.
Yeah, he's gonna dash up, bump up against it, and if somebody who hasn't tried or helped wanted to help them, they could.
I'm happy to help if someone needs it.
All right.
Oh, cool. So should I roll for Raz and add the strength mod?
Yeah, or just open up his sheet and make a strength check on where he's got his strength. Just hit the C next to it. So it'd be a plus.
Yep.
Yep, and with advantage, so you can roll twice. Because there you go. All right. Yeah, he butts up against it. He kind of looks back. Is he, she? What is non-binary? What's Ross?
Nope, he's a he.
All right. Ross looks back at Zymoth and kind of snickers a little bit. And
Better shut up and go do it.
the door pops. You see a narrow hallway, goes about 20 feet, ends in another wall. On the far wall, though, you can see a locking mechanism that you can open from this side, where it would presumably allow you to open into that next area, which is down there.
I'm going to send Kimmy first to that room.
All right.
Nothing? All good?
Nope. All good in the passageway.
So I'm gonna try to crack that open if you don't mind.
Yeah, Kimmy's not going to be able to without opposable thumbs. Hari can come down and do it, but Kimmy won't be able to. No thumbs.
Yeah, that's not Kimmy's voice, I'm afraid.
I'm going to be right behind you to back you up if there's something untoward on the other side of the door.
Yes, that's so good. No left. Perfect.
All right, so you pop the door. It leads into a looks like a small room. There are rusty standpipes and interlocking cogs that cover the walls of a small like alcove, basically. And then there is to the west, there is a door that Kimmy has just walked through that I needed to draw. And can't do it. Hold on. Back up. All right. Because I apparently neglected to draw. I'm in a bunch of different Patreons. There are so many gifted artists and whatnot out there that do maps, cartographers. The maps that come with Vecna they're okay. They're just pretty plain. And so I love these maps. Matter of fact, who's the guy that made them? I'll give him a shout. If I can find it real quick. Okay, no, it's not. I thought it was in my email. Never mind. Anyway, very gifted art. Anyway, so yes, door just to the west. So there are the cogs seem to be jammed together. They're not moving. Whatever mechanism they connect to is probably inoperable.
Would one of our rogues like to take a crack at this, or does this look breakable?
The door looks like it could be opened. It doesn't seem to be locked.
Okay, I can open the door.
All right. You pop the door. You see pipes along the south wall of this room disappear into the walls near the ceiling. And am I missing another door? I am gonna. Oh, my whole point with Patreon is that I have to actually manually put in the walls, and sometimes in the process of putting in the walls, I don't see the doors, and so I miss some walls. So 1 second. Because I'm a flibberty gibbet. Okay. Yeah, so a door at the far end. So pipes along the south wall of the room disappear into the walls up near the ceiling. A complicated series of cogs and 4 hand-turned wheels connect to the pipes. And then there's a door to the west.
I assume that these are connected to something nearby, perhaps. I don't know if I don't really hear anything or sense anything, but perhaps something flowing.
I would entertain an investigation check if anyone wanted to look at them in more detail and try and figure out what exactly it is that they do.
I do one.
I'm gonna help somebody with an investigation check.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So Hari, actually, Lucas and Hari both. So you kind of look at them together and you talk about them. Okay. So what you think is the water flows toward the west, toward the left. And you think you've identified with the cogs and wheels specifically how to maximize or minimize the water pressure to either make it flow more or less to the west. Look like it's meant for spinning and some such. Love it.
I would say I would like to minimize. I would hate to ruin these boots.
All right. All right, you do. You can't really tell because the pipes go through the wall, but it sounds like after you turn them that it's slowed down significantly.
Good. So onward we go.
I want to put my ear to the door and see if I can hear anything from the
Yep.
other side.
Perception check.
Cool.
Oh, dear Lord. Is that really necessary to have that high of perception? You hear what sounds like splashing water, running water, even perhaps.
I relay that to the party. Sounds wet over there.
Hmm.
Maybe we
Perhaps
can
we might turn off the rest of these.
Right.
I'm gonna go up to one and try to shut the water off on it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you've shut it off. You've minimized. You've basically shut it off from going to the west. Yet you still hear splashing.
That's the word.
Okay. I do not want to alert anyone that might be on the other side of the door. Perhaps one of our stealthier people to take a look.
Okay, there's a Kimmy joke there.
All right.
Well, my pass without trace is still.
Yes. Yeah, it would be 10. Yeah, you haven't stopped to rest or anything. So yeah, I would say because it's like an hour, right? Pass without traces.
Yeah. I made sure to
Oh,
be
yeah.
in the back so that nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
And then
Someone
you
will.
open that door with mage hand.
All right. Open the door with mage
Yeah.
hand. Everybody give me a
We're fine.
stealth. Everybody give me a stealth check then.
Okay.
Assuming
In-
that you're.
in that- In that case, Vay's gonna he's gonna turn off the he's gonna sheath the blade so that the light isn't all over the place since we're gonna stealth.
Yep. Probably a good idea.
Yes. Same goes for my lantern.
Yep. All right.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Oh,
Wow. Sorry, that is.
All right. So go ahead.
So I've had to turn up my audio like a lot to be able to hear a couple of you. So I was wondering, how can I turn the sound effects of the VTT off so I don't have to hear them?
Of Fantasy Grounds or the background music? Fantasy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds.
There's the only way you could do that is if you're on a Windows machine, you can go into what's called. All right.
we don't have music playing right now, do we?
No music right now. I think
Okay.
he's just talking. Yeah, he's just talking about the sound of, or he's just talking about the normal, like the dice rolling, for example.
I disconnected again. Be right back.
All right, and oh no,
I lost it too. Hold on.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, like everybody did. Well, I guess, yeah. So we're almost at time anyway. So I guess let's, you'll have to wait till next week to see what it is. And everybody rolled stealthily enough that you will be surprising the things that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you what it is. And, no, I can't show you pictures. It'd be better to wait and show you pictures. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about, yeah, now it's telling me I lost connection to cloud service. The fact that we still got Discord audio tells me that there's probably Fantasy Ground something going on. All right, anyway. So great session, you guys. Yeah, what do you think? You still having a good time?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so fun.
For sure.
Good. I'm glad. I said it last week. I think we've got just a stellar group here. I'm excited. The way you guys have just clicked already is some groups start out a little rough personality wise and whatnot, but like you guys are like just chef's kiss. So my hat's off to you. Yeah. So yeah, as always, if you need anything throughout the week, shoot me a direct message. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, please ping me again. I will have in the next few days your the link to set up if you want to do your once a month one-on-one. Oh, the other thing is I'm going to point out too. If you go in the Discord to there's a folder or a section, whatever they're called One Shot Goodness. Inside there, is there's a list of the one shots that I'm doing throughout the month. Technically, you guys don't get a free one until August, but because that's the way I listed it in the ad. I listed in the ad for August, but I'm actually going to kick that off for July. So watch for that at July. You get a free one. Tell me the way it'll work is you tell me which one you want once they're listed, and I drop you in on start playing, and Bob's your uncle, so to speak. And obviously, in the meantime, if you want to jump in one, please do. All right. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
No, that was
Board next
great.
week.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. All right, players. Thank you so much. I will see you all next week. Those of you that are watching on the stream, come hang out with us. I got a great bunch of folks. I like to say, the chillest Discord server in all of D&D right now. So discord.dm Bobbio. Come hang out with